Trends refer to something of common interest that many people and brands follow, search, and purchase. There are different types of trendsetter groups in which we can find young people, designers, and artists.
Some of the specific characteristics of the young people trendsetter is that they ask questions about the old styles. They have need to differentiate themselves from other grown-up groups. They express and react their ideas. They are not afraid to look and think different, and they were looking for identity and belonging in the past and nowadays too.
This trendsetter group is also characterized because they are constantly exploring identity and personality. They are more open-minded and afraid to stand out. They are mostly contributed by young people who are below 30 years old. They create new styles, and since they are like really young, they adapt better and faster than adults.
Some of the specific characteristics for the designer trendsetters is that they follow and create. They find inspiration in art, nature, science, and in many other fields because they work with multifunctional careers. And also, they identify a trend and apply it into their own creations and designs.
They are also well known because of their interest in creating, their constant use of imagination, and their lack of variation in their work.
Some of the specific characteristics for the artist trendsetters group is that they are creative and imaginative. They have preference for variety, and their visual art is very easy to observe, analyze, follow, and to copy.
On the other hand, they are risk takers. They use their perspective to create materials that allow people to give meaning to something depending on their own point of view, and they are an inspiration for many other aspects of real life.
One of the main or common characteristics is that a trend becomes a trend because many people contribute with their field of expertise. Everyone has credit, recognition, and reputation. So a trend is not only to become because for one person idea, it is going to become a trend because the contribution of many people.
Finally, another common characteristic of the trends is that they are a way of expressing a work fast and without restriction.
We as designers are trendsetters because first of all we base everything in observing and analyzing. We try to observe everything that is around us, and thanks to that we have caught everything with more attention, and we try to adjust that into something functional that is at the same time like very visual and physically in the modeling part, and emotional where we try to connect to the rest of the people. So I think that yes, we are as designers trendsetters because we start observing, and then thanks to that observation and analyzing, we can create an idea and to put it into a physical object because we have the knowledge and the things to make it as methods, programs, and all our creative part.
Well, as industrial designers, we need to be always on the lookout for what the market likes and our consumers want, and make functional and aesthetic things with conscience. So yes, we are trendsetters.
Answering the question on how we contribute to the process of adopting or create trends, I think that many things that we as designers know and learn is how to put ideas into a real product. That is how we contribute because we have the capacity of communicate ideas in a visual, physical, and emotional way so the rest of the people can understand and adopt later.
Since we're always in the lookout for the latest scientific discoveries and technology advances, we're able to bring insight for new ideas into the market trends, always taking in consideration the consumer preferences and necessities, designing products with appearance and function.
So, for the conclusion, I think that one of the main differences of a design trendsetter and a artist trendsetter is that we as designers have the opportunity to make products not only on the beauty, focus on the beauty, but also on the functional aspect because we are trying to become problem solvers that are searching to improve the life of the person, to look at his needs. So focus on that. We can also do something that is beauty at the first sign, but also functional, so it becomes more complete work for us to be as designers.
Well, just as we saw before, each of the trendsetter groups are pretty different and they all have like a certain area of expertise in which they work. Like, for example, in the young people group, their strong point is that since they are young, they have a more open mind and they are able to adapt better to the new things, the new ideas. While on the other hand, designers have the capacity to bring their ideas to life with conscience and making them functional. And finally, artists are able to create things with different meanings depending on the people who see them. But all of these groups of trendsetters have something in common, which is the capacity of being creative and having imagination and working to make those things. And I also learned that these things cannot be done alone. And in order to make a trend, like all of these trendsetter groups, they work together and they create these trends.